Back at Jason's house, Ethan exploded. Are you insane? A party? With half the school there? That's not a test, that's suicide. Jason leaned against the desk, calm as ever. Relax. A crowd is safer. People are too busy drinking, dancing, and gossiping to stare at you. It's the perfect cover. Ethan groaned, burying his face in his hands. I can't do this. What if someone figures it out? Jason's tone softened. Then we bail. But if they don't, he leaned closer. Then Elise becomes more than just a secret. She becomes real to everyone else too. By Thursday, Riley had gotten wind of the scheme, and, predictably, she was thrilled. A party? This is huge, she said, already rummaging through her closet. Elise needs a knockout look. Nothing too flashy, but enough to turn heads. Ethan groaned. That's the problem, I don't want to turn heads. Riley shot him a sly smile. Too late. Elise was born too. That night, lying in bed, Ethan stared at the ceiling, sleep nowhere near him. He imagined the music thumping, the crowd buzzing, classmates brushing past him, none of them realizing Ethan was standing there in a dress and heels. The thought was terrifying. But buried deep under the fear was something else. Thrill. Friday night arrived too soon. Ethan stood frozen in Riley's room as she zipped him into a sleek midnight blue dress that shimmered faintly under the light. Paired with black heels and silver earrings, Elise didn't look like a shy cousin anymore. She looked like someone meant to be seen. This is a mistake, Ethan whispered, staring at the mirror. Elise gazed back, radiant and unrecognizable. Riley grinned, swiping a final gloss across his lips. It's not a mistake. It's your moment. Trust me, no one will ever connect this beauty to Ethan. Jason poked his head through the door, whistling. Wow. Elise, you're about to steal the spotlight. Ethan groaned. Don't call me that. But the way his stomach fluttered told him he didn't really hate it. The party pulsed with music and neon lights spilling from the house into the yard. Groups of classmates laughed on the porch, red cups in hand. Elise stepped out of the car, her heart hammering so loud she thought the whole street could hear it. Jason offered his arm with a cocky grin. Ready, cousin? No, she whispered. Too late, he said, leading her inside. Eyes turned as they entered. For one horrible second, Elise was sure everyone saw through her. But then the smiles came, admiring, curious, approving. Compliments flew. Cute dress. Love your hair. Jason, you didn't tell us your cousin was gorgeous. Each word stunned her. They believed it. An hour later, Elise found herself laughing in a circle of Jason's classmates, soda in hand. She'd never been this relaxed as Ethan, but as Elise, she flowed through conversations like she belonged. Then came the twist. A boy from history class, Dylan, tall and confident, leaned in closer than necessary. So, Elise, he said with a grin, are you single? Elise's breath caught. Jason, across the room, nearly choked on his drink, trying not to laugh. She stammered, Dylan smirked. That's a yes. He winked before sauntering off, leaving her stunned and flushed. As the night went on, Mia appeared, eyes sharp, lips curled in a knowing smile. Well, if it isn't Jason's mysterious cousin, she said smoothly. You clean up well. Elise forced a smile. Thanks. Mia's gaze lingered, longer than anyone else's. Funny thing though, you remind me of someone from school. Can't place it. Jason swooped in, grinning. You say that about everyone, Mia. Must be your hobby. Mia smirked, but didn't press further. Yet the glint in her eyes said one thing. She wasn't done digging. Hours later, back in Jason's room, Ethan peeled off the heels and collapsed onto the bed, exhausted. That was insane, he muttered. I thought for sure I'd get caught. Jason chuckled, tossing him a soda. Caught? You were the star of the night. Elise didn't just survive, she owned that party. Ethan's chest tightened. He wanted to argue, but the truth gnawed at him. For the first time, being Elise hadn't just felt like passing. It had felt like living. The house lights had dimmed, the music softened, and guests trickled out in twos and threes. Ethan, still Elise, slipped into the hallway, heels clicking softly on the floor. He was exhausted, makeup slightly smudged, but still glowing from the surreal high of the night. That's when Mia appeared, leaning casually against the wall, arms crossed. Her smile was faint, but her eyes, sharp as ever, locked onto him like a hawk. "Leaving so soon?" she asked smoothly. Elise froze. Yeah, just tired." Mia tilted her head, pushing off the wall to step closer. "You know, you've made quite an impression tonight. Everyone's talking about Jason's cousin. But me? I can't shake this feeling." Ethan's throat tightened. "Feeling? You remind me of someone," Mia said softly. "Not just in looks. The way you move. The way you hesitate before you answer. It's familiar." Elise's pulse thundered. "Maybe I just have one of those faces," she said, forcing a shaky laugh. Mia's smile didn't budge. "Maybe. Or maybe you're not who you say you are." Ethan's breath caught. For one terrifying second, he thought she'd pull off his wig right then and there. Instead, Mia leaned in, close enough that only he could hear. "Tell me something, Elise. What's your real story?" Before Ethan could unravel, Jason appeared, sliding between them with his usual grin. "There you are. Been looking all over." He draped an arm around Elise's shoulder, casual but protective. "Mia, don't grill my cousin. She's shy." Mia's eyes narrowed, studying them both. Then she stepped back, smirking. "Fine. But secrets have a way of coming out. Don't they?" She walked off, her laughter floating behind her. In the car, Ethan ripped off the wig, running a hand through his damp hair. "That's it. I'm done." "She knows, Jason. She knows." Jason kept his eyes on the road, calm as ever. "No. She suspects. Big difference. And she has no proof." Ethan slumped against the seat, his chest tight. "She's not going to stop." Jason smirked faintly. "Then don't give her a reason to. Double down. The stronger Elise is, the less Mia can touch you." Ethan closed his eyes, torn between terror and something else, something far more dangerous. Because a small voice inside whispered that Jason might be right. Elise wasn't weakening. She was winning. Monday morning felt heavier than usual. Ethan sat at his desk, hoodie zipped to his chin, trying to focus on anything but Mia. But her words from the party echoed in his head. Secrets have a way of coming out. By lunch, she made her move. Sliding into the seat across from him and Jason, Mia smiled sweetly. "So, Elise, you busy this weekend?" Ethan's stomach dropped. Jason smirked. "Why? What are you plotting now?" Mia ignored him, eyes fixed on Ethan. "A girls' day. Just me, Kayla, and a couple of others. Shopping, nails, smoothies. Elise should come." Jason nearly choked on his soda. "Wait, you want her to join your inner circle?" Mia's smile sharpened. If she's really Jason's cousin, what's the harm? Unless she's hiding something. Ethan's pulse spiked. He couldn't refuse without looking suspicious. Jason jumped in. "She'll be there." Ethan shot him a glare that could kill, but Jason just grinned, unbothered. By Saturday, Riley had Elise ready again, this time dressed down in leggings, a soft pink hoodie, sneakers, and minimal makeup. "Casual chic," Riley said proudly. "Perfect for blending in with the girls." Ethan stared at his reflection. Elise looked effortless, like she really could be part of Mia's crowd. But inside, his stomach was a knot of fear. "This is a trap," he muttered. Jason leaned against the doorframe. "Then prove you can survive it." The mall buzzed with weekend energy as Elise trailed behind Mia's group. Kayla squealed over shoes, another girl compared lip gloss shades, and Mia watched Elise like a detective watching a suspect. "So, Elise," Mia said casually as they browsed racks of dresses, "what's your favorite brand? Bet it's not from some tiny upstate town." Elise swallowed. "I usually just pick what feels right. Not really about the brand." Mia's smile flickered. "Good answer. Very diplomatic." At the nail salon, they settled into chairs. Kayla picked neon blue, another girl chose glitter gold. Mia looked directly at Elise. "What about you?" she asked. "What's your usual color?" Ethan froze. His usual color? None. But Elise. Elise would have an answer. He forced a smile. "Light pink. Simple, but classy." The nail tech nodded, already painting. Mia's eyes narrowed, but she said nothing. When it was done, Elise stared at her hands, perfect pale pink nails glistening under the lights. They looked natural. Too natural. Later, over smoothies, Kayla laughed. We should totally take a group pic. Ethan's blood ran cold. A photo. Evidence. Mia smirked, phone already raised. Say cheese. Jason suddenly appeared right on time, grabbing the drinks. Sorry, girls, borrowing Elise for a sec. He whisked her away before the shutter clicked. Back in the parking lot, Ethan shoved him. You nearly got me killed. Jason just laughed. And yet, you survived. Elise passed a full girls' day. Even Mia couldn't crack you. Ethan's chest heaved, torn between fury and adrenaline. He had survived. But the line between Ethan and Elise blurred more with every step. The week after the girls' day, Ethan tried to retreat into normalcy, hoodie on, head down, pretending Elise didn't exist. But Mia wasn't done. Not even close. By Thursday, Jason cornered him at his locker, grinning. Guess what? You've been invited to Mia's sleepover. Ethan nearly dropped his books. What? No. Absolutely not. There's no way I can. Jason cut him off, amused. She asked specifically for Elise. Said the girls loved hanging out with you. Now they want the full experience. Ethan's pulse thundered. Jason, a sleepover means hours of exposure. No makeup breaks. No escape. If I slip up. Jason smirked. Then don't slip. Think about it. If you can survive a night trapped in a house full of girls, then Elise isn't just passing. She's real. Friday night, Riley worked overtime on the transformation, loose braid wig, comfy pastel pajamas, a touch of lip tint. She giggled as she handed Ethan a stuffed animal. Every sleepover needs one. Ethan glared. This is suicide. Riley grinned. This is history. When he arrived at Mia's house, Kayla squealed. Elise, you made it. She grabbed his hand, dragging him inside. The living room was a chaos of pillows, snacks, and nail polish bottles. Mia sat cross-legged on the floor, watching closely. Welcome. Hope you're ready for the real test. Ethan's heart nearly stopped. She said test. They painted nails, braided hair, swapped stories. Elise forced laughter, nodding along, her nerves razor-sharp. Every second felt like balancing on a tightrope. Then Kayla grinned. Truth or dare? Ethan's stomach dropped. When the bottle spun and landed on him, Mia's eyes gleamed. Truth. Do you have a boyfriend? Heat flushed his cheeks. And no. Crush then. Kayla pressed. He swallowed. Maybe. The girls squealed, demanding details. Mia just smirked, studying his every twitch. Hours later, Elise excused herself to the bathroom, heart pounding. As he shut the door, he caught his reflection. The braid, the soft pajamas, the glossed lips, it all looked natural. Too natural. He whispered to himself, I'm in over my head. A sudden knock startled him. Mia's voice cut through the door. Need help with your hair, Elise? His blood ran cold. And no, I'm fine. Her footsteps retreated, but her laughter lingered. By midnight, the group sprawled in sleeping bags, giggling at whispered secrets. Elise lay stiff, pretending to sleep, every muscle taut. Mia's voice drifted softly in the dark. Funny thing, Jason's cousin, you still remind me of someone. Can't shake it. Elise's breath hitched, but she didn't reply. She couldn't. Because deep down, she knew Mia wasn't guessing anymore. She was circling the truth. The living room had gone quiet. Sleeping bags rustled softly, Kayla murmured in her dreams, and the others slipped into peaceful sleep. But Ethan, still Elise, lay wide awake, heart racing. Every brush of fabric reminded him of the wig, the gloss, the painted nails. One wrong move and it could all fall apart. Then came the whisper. Elise. His eyes snapped open. Mia's face hovered inches away in the dim glow of a nightlight. Come with me, she murmured, slipping out of her blanket. Ethan's stomach dropped. He followed, legs trembling as she led him down the hallway into the kitchen. The clock ticked loudly in the silence. Mia crossed her arms, leaning against the counter, eyes sharp even in the shadows. Enough games, she said softly. Who are you really? Elise's throat went dry. I told you. Jason's cousin. Mia tilted her head, smirking. Funny, because Jason doesn't have a cousin named Elise. I checked. The world tilted. Ethan's knees nearly gave out. Mia stepped closer, lowering her voice. You remind me of someone from school. Ethan. Quiet. Nervous. Always hiding behind Jason. And now here you are, different clothes, different voice, but the same eyes. Ethan's breath caught. The secret teetered on the edge. I don't know what you're talking about, he whispered. Mia's lips curved. Don't you? Because here's the thing, I don't want to out you. Not yet. I just want the truth. From you. Something inside cracked. Maybe it was exhaustion, maybe the pressure, but words tumbled out before Ethan could stop them. My name is Ethan. But when I'm like this, I'm Elise. The admission hung in the air, fragile and terrifying. Mia studied him silently, then nodded slowly. I knew it. But, wow. You're good. Scary good. Ethan's eyes burned. Are you going to tell everyone? Mia shook her head. No, not yet. But you owe me. And I'm going to collect. She leaned in close, her breath warm against his ear. Keep being Elise. Show me you can live it, not just fake it. Or else, well, secrets spread fast, don't they? Ethan's chest tightened. He'd survived the party, the study group, the sleepover, but now? Now Elise wasn't just a choice. She was leverage. When they crept back into the living room, Mia slipped easily into her sleeping bag, a sly smile on her lips. Ethan lay awake, staring at the ceiling, trembling. The thrill of Elise had always been dangerous. But now, with Mia holding the truth in her hands, it wasn't just dangerous. It was explosive. The days after the sleepover were a blur. Every hallway glance, every passing whisper felt heavier now. Ethan carried Mia's knowledge like a weight chained to his chest. But Mia never said a word. Not in class. Not in the cafeteria. Not even in passing. Instead, her eyes followed him, curious, calculating, almost expectant. Jason noticed too. She's not spilling it, he said one afternoon, tossing a ball into the air. Weird, huh? Ethan frowned. Not weird. Dangerous. She's waiting for something. She told me. I have to keep being Elise. Jason grinned. So do it. You're great at it. And honestly, I think you're happier when you're her. Ethan's chest tightened. He wanted to argue, but the memory of Elise in the mirror, Elise at the cafe, Elise at the party, Elise laughing with the girls, kept replaying in his mind. Happier. Freer. Seen. Maybe Jason was right. The moment came a week later. Mia cornered him after class, her expression unreadable. So, she said softly, still keeping up the cousin act? Ethan swallowed. Only when I have to. Mia studied him for a long moment, then sighed. Relax. I'm not your enemy. If anything, I'm impressed. You've built Elise so well. She feels real. Maybe she is real. His breath caught. You're not going to tell? Mia shook her head. Secrets are safe with me, as long as you're honest with yourself. Figure out who you are, Ethan. Or Elise. Or both. Because the way you light up when you're her? That's not fake. That night, Ethan stood in front of his mirror again. He slipped into a soft sweater dress Riley had lent him, pulled the wig over his hair, and let Elise bloom in the reflection. For the first time, he didn't flinch. Didn't panic. Didn't whisper, "This isn't me." Instead, he smiled. Because maybe, just maybe, Elise was him. Jason knocked on the door, peeking in with a grin. So, what's next? Another hangout? A party? Or maybe Elise just lives now. Ethan glanced at the mirror, at Elise smiling back. He didn't know what tomorrow would bring, or how long he could keep the secret. But he knew one thing for sure, Elise wasn't going away. She was here to stay. And for the first time, that thought didn't terrify him. It thrilled him.